Okay, guys, welcome back to the biggest agricultural platform in Namibia known as Induna Wengombe. My name is Mitchell Mutumba Simata. Today, I got a question that goes like this. We have two bulls in the farm. They always fight. They always fight when they are close to one another. We have been trying to separate them for a month now, but they never became cool with one another. What other ideas can you advise, sir? Okay. Look, bulls are always going to fight. That's just the long and short version of it. They're going to fight. Particularly when bulls are the same age and same size. They'll always fight. What most experienced farmers do would either to separate these bulls, put them in different camps, each has his own females, and lives happily ever after on his own. He doesn't get to see this guy. Doesn't come in contact with this guy. This is what most senior guys would do because they're going to fight. Bulls are going to fight either to have breeding rights or either to establish a dominance. You want to establish a dominance because you want to make sure that you are the bull that has every right to produce the cows in this camp or on this farm. Those are one of the reasons. What you guys have done separating them is a good thing because at least when they separate, the damage and the fights will be probably less common. But what most guys would do, most farmers, I've seen some guys would do this, they would take the bulls out of their respective female herds and they'd put them in a separate camp where the two bulls are together. They're going to fight that first few weeks to establish dominance. Because unfortunately the reason, like I said, the reason bulls fight is for establishing dominance and also establishing, also for breeding rights. So what you have done is correct, but you have separated these two bulls. Each has his own females. He's the dominant bull there, this one's the dominant bull there, and they one day come and they see each other through the fence. They're going to fight because we're all dominant. We want to see who is the man, who is the strongest here, you know? Because if bull B beats bull A, meaning bull B has rights over his females and also has rights over bull A's females. And bull A will be a beta bull who will just be walking around, they're not really being taken seriously. That's why they're going to fight. So the separating of them is good. That's one way. But the other thing also you probably might have noticed is when there are females around, these fights are more violent and more dangerous, more risky and more aggressive. But what you can do is, this is a risky one. This is a risky one that I'm giving you. You can either put these bulls in one camp without females. They're going to fight the first week or two. After that, once the fights are done and you guys monitor to make sure no one gets killed or no one gets injured, the dominance will be established. That's one way, but that's the risky way. The best way is what you guys did, is separating them and keeping them far away from each other. The only time bulls will ever be cool with each other is if they ever grew up with each other. That's the only time. Even when they grew up with each other, let's say they are brothers from the same father, different mothers, they're still going to fight because they want to establish dominance. But if these bulls grew up together from calves, like what I've seen some stud breeders do, if they are raising bulls, they would select their young bulls they want to raise up to be full-grown bulls in someone's future bull and take those bulls and keep them in one crawl, keep them in one group, keep them in one herd, keep them in one camp. These bulls will grow up together, eat together, drink together, sleep together, so they're used to each other. So by the time they're big enough to start to wanting to produce calves, they will fight. To wanting to produce calves, they will fight. But because the fights will not be that more dangerous and more so aggressive and risky because they know each other, they grow up together. But if they're coming from different farms and different herds, same breeds but different farms, different herds, they're going to fight because they need to establish dominance. It's always going to be the case. But what you can do is what you have already started doing. Just keep them separate from each other. Keep them each in different camps. And not camps that are just separated by a wire. Keep them separate from each other by probably 2 wires that separate them far away from each other. So they can move and sniff and make all type of noises to each other but can't break the fence or jump the fence and fight each other. Just to avoid you having injured bulls and having damaged infrastructure. That's one way you can go about it. But the other way, like I said, the risky way is just letting them have at it. Let them have at it and let them establish dominance, which is risky because one can get injured, one can have a broken leg, one can break the other one's shoulder or break the other one's rib. And then now you have to be, calling in the vet to come and sort it out. That's one way you can go about it. But I think what you have done is correct. Putting them in separate camps, each has his own females, each doing his own thing. but bulls will never be cool with each other. It's just unfortunate. Like I said, unless they were born together, raised together, but even those still fight each other. It's just in them. It's bulls. They have to establish a hierarchy. There's going to be an alpha bull, there's going to be a beta bull, and nobody wants to be the beta because the beta doesn't get to produce calves. He has to be the guy who steals. He has to be like Casanova. Try his luck when the big guy is not looking. Go to the females at night when the big guy is not around. He has to be the Casanova. And when the big guy sees him, he has to run for his life because the big guy is going to chase him. So nobody wants to be that. He wants to be the dominant bull, which can sleep with, mount any female at any time without having to worry or look over his shoulder like that guy is going to come fight me. Nah, man, you're the dominant bull. This is yours, and you get to do as you please. So that's what I would say on that, guys. That's what I would say. I would say that either keep them separate or either put them in one camp together with no females, just the two of them walking together. They're going to fight the first few days, but after a while, I think a hierarchy will be established, but also monitor, because you don't want to lose any bulls to injury. I don't like that. It's one of the worst feelings to have to slaughter a bull because it broke its back leg or broke its shoulder or broke the rib. That's one way you can go about it. So that's what I would have to say. What you are doing is correct. Separating them is correct. That's the best way to do things. And don't expect them to be cool with each other because they're not born from the same mom or born from the same father. But even if they are, they're still going to fight. It's in them. They need to establish dominance. So with that said, I just want to say bye for now.